Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
So this is just a little video to show you how we went from stove to stove to stove to stove. Well, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Who says talking to these cameras is easy? It isn't. I tried all day yesterday to make a video to open up our video on the evolution of our camping gear, and none of them really worked out. I was told that I should talk to the camera as if it was a friend and then we were just having a friendly conversation. And that I should look into the eye of the camera, not the picture of myself, because when you look at the picture of yourself, you aren't communicating with your audience. Well, let me tell you, that's easier said than done. That picture keeps jumping up in front of me. Anyhow, today I'm trying again to just talk to the camera as if it was my friend. So here I am right now. I'm in the shop with all of our motorcycles. We're still at home here in Courtenay on Vancouver Island, and we are still getting ready to start our trip next week. Now, we've been planning for this trip for 2 years. We started off buying equipment and then changing our minds and buying more equipment and changing our minds and buying more equipment. And we'll go over a little bit about how our kitchen has evolved over that 2 years. Now, originally, when we started this 2 years ago, we were going to start our travels in 2021, which, as everyone knows, the pandemic kind of put a kibosh on a lot of travel. And in fact, we were confined to Vancouver Island for part of the time because of the pandemic, and we couldn't cross the border and go down into the United States. So, first we thought cross Canada, then we thought go down to the States. And then by the time we were ready to do it, neither of those were an option. So we thought, well, we'll just tour around British Columbia. And then Mother Nature decided to burn British Columbia. So that kind of left us with, what do we do now? So we did a couple of camping trips on Vancouver Island and checked out some of our equipment. And we did a little bit of riding on the island. There's some good rides on the island, day rides that you can take. So we did that kind of thing. And now we're ready to start our true adventure. And so this video is just a little bit about, like I said, that couple of years of getting ready to do this. And next week, with any luck at all, we will be on the road, and the next video will be a travel video. So I hope you enjoy this little video about the evolution of our gear. Oh, and I forgot, I was going to mention that we ordered our 2 black Goldwings in September of 2020. We got them in March of 2021. And since then, we have been customizing them. And when I say we, it's kind of loose we, because Stanley's been doing the customizing. I've just been doing the ordering of some of the things that we were adding to the bikes. And he's been doing the work. Basically, what we've added has just been like improvements. Oh, anyway, that's all for another time when I've got the bikes where we can look at them and see what Stan did to them. Anyhow, I hope you enjoy our little video about the equipment, and I'm done. It's recording now.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
So this is just a little video to show you how we went from stove to stove to stove to stove as we figured out what we were going to be using. So the first stove that we looked at was one that I had from backpacking and camping, and it's just a little tiny thing, fits nicely in this bag. Had a set of pots and pans that went with it, little frying pan, but it had these big bottles that you had to fill and carry with you, and so that would make it a little bit more difficult to use. Plus, it's pretty small for if you've got 2 people that are traveling. So
This thing went dark a little bit.
we decided that we would go and we would buy this beautiful BioLite camp stove. Now, this is not the stove. This is the jug that you take it in. And it's also a pot for boiling water. And now if I can remember how to get this off, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Inside here is this really neat little stove that uses wood, but it also has a battery on it. So it has a little fan in it that works, and it charges, this battery charges up and it works the fan to keep the fire going.
Charges up from the heat.
From the heat of the
Generates
fire.
electricity.
Right. It also comes with a little light that you could hook into it and have light for when you're cooking.
Or you can charge your cell phone.
And it comes with a wire to charge your cell phone, as my husband so kindly pointed out. And the jug here also contains a bowl. Pretty cool. And you can use these little pellets, okay? The other thing that was really neat with this one is it has a grill, which I thought was going to be super cool. There's a tray, there's your grill, and you put that down like that, and you hook it up. If I had more room here, you hook it up sort of like that, and then you can grill. Great idea, except for a couple of problems that we hadn't really given consideration to. One was fire season. Are they going to let you have an open fire? 2, if you're camped in the desert somewhere, where are you going to get the wood? Because if you carry these, that's pretty heavy. It's only 2 hours of cooking time, and it weighs 2.2 pounds. So that's a lot of weight to carry on a motorcycle. So that one got pushed aside as well. Next.
Oh, this was a good one.
Next, here comes the next one that we thought, whoa, this will be cool, because you can get these nice little cans of butane pretty much anywhere. Great idea. Let's do that. Oh, and then Barbara had another great idea. Look at this. This is a Korean barbecue. So you put the Korean barbecue on there. It drains stuff out. You put something underneath. It'll drain all the fat away. What a great idea. Well, maybe not so great. Now you've got, where are you going to put this on your motorcycle? Pretty awkward to pack. This is pretty heavy, and you can't really simmer on this thing. It's great for the barbecue because you can go ahead and keep it nice and hot and have a great barbecue, but it doesn't simmer nicely so that you could keep
The can
things
of gas
hot.
fits in there.
And the can of gas, yes, the can of gas goes in here.
See, just like that.
Right like that.
You take it out and put it in backwards when you're not using it.
Exactly. However, well, that just wasn't going to do the trick either. So once again, that goes aside, along with its neat barbecue thingamabopper here.
And I might add that none of these things are cheap.
None of them are cheap, no. But
Now this is the baby.
this is the one, Jetboil. And just so you know, we are not getting any financing or anything from these people. Great idea for all the stoves, but this is the one.
It's a little bit heavier.
It's a little heavier. Got a great frying pan, works really well. Not so great lid. It's already got some melting in that, so we aren't using that.
That's one of
for
the
our
complaints online about the
lid.
stove.
Yeah. So this is the stove. This is the big cooking pot, which can also serve as your pot to wash your dishes in. And this, though heavy, is not that awkward to pack. And there it is. 2 burners, great.
So far,
And-
we've pretty much only used one.
But, sorry, I had to slip over and get this. It
Oh.
uses these little green cans. And it's a little awkward for the smaller pans and stuff. So
We came up with that thing someplace. Our
yeah,
neighbor gave us that.
one of our neighbors gave us that. That works perfect for smaller pans.
No, we don't cook the gas on top
No,
of it.
we don't. It works good for smaller
You start
pans
cooking
like
at
that,
it.
right?
I'm running for the hills.
Okay, because over here that would work too, but some of our smaller stuff doesn't work all that well. So that's the one that we ended up with. That's the one that we're going
And that
to
one's
take
got a
with
little
us.
doodad that hooks in the side that hooks onto the.
It's got
Yeah,
this.
that screws into the
Yeah.
the doohickey on the side, which screws onto the can there.
Yeah. All right, and
And that's a good stove.
we took care of the lid problem
Yeah, because the lid keeps melting.
by using this lid. And
This
that
light?
works just perfectly. Plus, it can be packed pretty much anywhere. When we started off, we bought this Yeti box
And that's not cheap either.
in order to put our stove and stuff in. Well, it weighs quite a bit, and it's a little limited in what you can put in there.
But it's bear proof. Was
But
the
it
idea.
is bear proof. It was a good idea, but now we're trying to cut down weight, so we've gone to using this one.
That little light one.
And that's very light, and it holds more. It'll hold 2 of the
And
green
it seals.
bottles.
It's got a
It-
good seal lid on it.
It'll hold the stove. It'll hold the pots and pans. Everything that we need. So, in the end, after all of that, going through all those things,
We take this little wee bit here on that side off of there. This is all the stuff that kind of failed on here.
yeah.
And that only cost us $10,000 for all that. No, not that. But it was up there.
Yeah, so that's just our little saga on our stoves. We also had a little saga on the tents as well. Was starting off with my 2-person tent that I used for backpacking. That was a little small, so we went to a 3-person tent with a gear shed that was a little frustrating to set up and only 45 inches high. A little difficult sometimes getting in and out and dressed and undressed and all those things. So we went on to a 4-person tent that is about 6 foot high in the middle, and we're very happy with that one and tested it out, and
It only weighs-
we're going to stick with that.
It weighs 2 pounds more than the 3-person tent.
Exactly. It's just a little bit
A
heavier
little bit bigger around.
and a little bit bigger around and a little bit longer. It still fits in the box on the back
top box.
Top box, is that what we call it? Okay.
Tour pack top box.
The tour pack top box on the Goldwing. And so that's kind of it.
And she'll probably put pictures of all the different tents that we start out from little up to big, along with this, maybe.
I might possibly do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
In the meantime,
maybe you can even
thank
put a picture of our breakfast cooked in that.
maybe.
Maybe. All right.
All right. We're done with this section. Thank you. Oh. So I hope you enjoyed that little video, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up in the drop box below. And if you're interested in following along on our adventures when we get out on the road, because we really are going to get out on the road, go ahead and subscribe. You can even push the notification bell, or is that ring the notification bell? Well, something like that. And then you'll know when we put out our occasional video of our trip on the road. Bye for now.